It's very simple, very explicit. And then also he told, after he was in the Bible, when he ascended to God, he told them, he said, Jesus saith unto her, he's speaking to Mary Magdalene, I ascend unto my Father and your Father, my God and your God. He very clearly equated her God and his God as being the one and same God. He didn't say, I'm going to ascend to myself and to your God and to me. You know, this doesn't make any sense. Even if somebody would have said that, we would have been, this man is a fool and a half. If he's saying, I'm going to ascend into myself. Your God is me, and I'm going to myself, and you know, all of these things are not, but he very, very clearly stated, the one true God, and I am ascending to my God and your God. Point blank clear. Those things can't get any more simple.
So that was number 4. We need you to put your emotions to the side. Like we said, we're not trying to upset anybody. We're trying to relay the truth. And you got to be honest with yourself. This is something that just makes sense. It goes with your innate nature. Watch out for the person that tries to put the wool over your eyes and tries to tell you otherwise. All right? Trying to explain something that you see very clearly is not what it is. You know God is one. It's something that's embedded inside of you already. And we're going to continue on proving this. And remember, Jesus is beloved to our hearts. And so we're clearing his name here. He was a mighty messenger. Brother, we are coming down to the top 3 now. We came from 10. We're down to 3. This is almost over. Be sincere with yourself. Listen to the rest. Let's go. Number 3, brother.
Number 3 is that even when you get to the title Son of God, even when you get the title Only Begotten Son of God, this is not an exclusive title to Jesus Christ, which many people think. There are many, 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 many instances where the word Son of God is used. And if anyone would study Jewish culture, especially ancient Jewish culture or Orthodox Jewish culture, to be called a Son of God is a title of esteem and a title of prestige and honor, even being called Lord. Someone would come to their rabbi and they would refer to him as my Lord. This is something that is known by Eastern Europeans also. They refer to people as Lord. So this title is not exclusive. And Jacob and Solomon and Exodus are called sons of God. Ephraim and Jeremiah, Adam is called son of God in the New Testament. Common people are called sons of God in the New and Old Testament. So these are not something that is an exclusive title as Son of God. And I had a discussion with a pastor about this. He said, yes, but Jesus was the only begotten Son of God. And I said, okay, what gives him that exclusive title? What is the characteristic that gives him that exclusive title? He says the New Testament says that, yes, but there must be a reason why he has this exclusive title. He says because he was born miraculously without a father, and in Jewish culture, your lineage was from your father's side. You know, you would be the son of your father, of his father. That's how your lineage was traced, not through the mother. So therefore, since his lineage stopped in Mary, he had no father, therefore God must be his father. I said, okay, that makes sense. That would make sense to an average human being. I said, but if that is the characteristic for his exclusive sonship, that he has no father, I said, what about Adam and Eve? They had no father nor mother. They were fashioned, as God says, by his own hands out of dirt. And he just made them out of nothing. Nothing existed other than creation. And he made Adam, and then from her made Eve. I mean, from him he took the rib out and made Eve. So if anyone has the exclusive title to be the only begotten Son of God, it should have been Adam. Because not only was he not have a father or mother, he was the first creation. Therefore, why does he not have that title? Why are we not worshiping him as the exclusive Son of God? And he had no answer to that. And it was not to bash him. It was just to say that this is not an exclusive to say, oh, because he has no father, he is God's exclusive son. This was the extreme miracle that was exclusive. One of the exclusive things for the children of Israel to Jesus, about Jesus Christ, was that he had no father. He had no father at all. He came directly from a virgin who had never touched another human being, and that was his miracle. That was, if you read the Quran, it explains it very clearly. When Mary brought the child, they accused her of adultery. But the miracle was that God made Jesus speak in the womb. He made him speak as a baby and said that I am the messenger of God. Are you surprised that God can do this? God can do anything. That's why Jesus was giving more miracles than almost any other prophet. He was giving physical miracles to soften the deadened heart of the children of Israel at that time. That's why he was given such great miracles to heal the blind, to heal the sick, to bring people back to life from the dead, being born of a virgin. All of this was because this was one of God's last message. He was the next to last messenger to be sent to the children of Israel, and they rejected him. That's when God decided to send Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as a mercy to all the worlds. Because we even know that Jesus was not sent to all the world. He was sent to the Jews. Even in his own statements, he said, I am not sent but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He's not a prophet for everyone. He was a prophet that was exclusively for their people, as was every prophet before him. Every nation was sent a messenger. Children of Israel sent more than anyone. But finally, God decided to send one for the blanket of humanity, and that was Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who even said that Jesus Christ spoke of him.
And that doesn't take anything away from Jesus?
Just take nothing away from Jesus. Jesus is actually one of the patriarch messengers of Islam. There are 5. And he is actually one of the most patriarch messengers of Islam. And even Muhammad said that when it comes to someone who is like me, he is someone who is just like me, and not only in his message, but in the time of span that we were away from each other is Jesus. He's the closest prophet to me in message and in time of frame, because it was only about 600 years.
Is there a chapter in the Quran we know of that is called after Jesus, peace be upon his mother?
Yes, there's chapter 19 in the Quran is titled Surah Maryam, which means the chapter of Mary. It is an exclusive chapter that is named after the mother of Jesus Christ, Mary. And that is also another tenet of Islam, that you must believe that Mary was the greatest woman and the most pious woman ever. That is when it comes to women, Mary is on top of the list as being the one who we believe is the most pious woman ever on the face of the planet. And that is a tenet of our faith, to believe in Mary, that she was pious and that she was a virgin when she had Jesus Christ. And if anyone wants to read the true, what they call the nativity story, the story of Jesus' birth, go read chapter 19 of the Quran. It will make you cry. It will make you cry, because it made me cry the first time I read it, because it's nothing like the Bible. It is in a more beautiful tone of language, in a more soft-spoken, in a more true manner than you can have ever read in any other book.
Was that number 2, brother?
That was number 3.
That was number 3. We're going to number 2 in a second. I just want to make a couple points that we need to really think when we say that God had a son. What do we mean? Because we know as human beings now, we see that dogs have puppies, cats have kittens. What do gods have? Baby gods? So when we just think about this, it's absurd to say that, look, I had a son, he's a goldfish. It doesn't make sense.
Or to say that I have a son and he's me. I had myself.
I had myself.
I made myself.
It doesn't make sense.
You can't clone God.
No, it doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense whatsoever.
And then if the son, he grows up, he's going to have the attributes of the father. So if the baby son can die, then the father naturally can die. And these are qualities we don't give to the Creator. He doesn't die.
He can't die.
He doesn't have a beginning. So I wanted to point these few things out. Let's go to the next reason of the top 10 reasons why Jesus, peace be upon him, cannot be the creator of the heavens and the earth. Number 2.
Number 2, and now we're getting down to, as they say, the nitty-gritty, the real home hitters. God cannot change. In Malachi, God himself, this is an explicit statement that is directly attributed to God. Whether it's from God or not, who knows? But this is a statement that is attributed directly to God. God says, I do not change, therefore the sons of Jacob are not consumed. He was stating that I do not change in my nature. Therefore, God cannot be subjected to the same laws which he created. For instance, God created time. Therefore, he cannot be subjected to time. He does not pass through time. He doesn't get old. He doesn't get tired. He doesn't get sleepy. He doesn't go through the same stages of time that we go through. He created air. Therefore, he doesn't need it. He created the sun. Therefore, he doesn't need his warmth. He doesn't get hot. He doesn't get cold. These things do not happen to God. God cannot put himself into a human body, come on this earth, be subjected to time, be subjected to hunger, be subjected to tiredness, be subjected to being whipped and beat and hurt. These are things that God cannot, by his very nature, be. Some people say, that God can do anything. And that is not a correct statement. Because God can do anything that is permeate to his nature. For instance, God cannot go to hell. God cannot go to heaven. God cannot die. God wasn't born. God doesn't eat. There are certain things he cannot do because it would be against his nature.